Hi, I'm Danielle. I'm a beginning strings teacher up in Syracuse, New York. I have been using the Bornoff Approach for about 2 years, have heard a lot about it and really dug into it more 2 years ago, have more or less fully implemented into our program. I attended a deep dive at ASTA one year and that gave me an introduction, and then I attended two of the week-long trainings to really dive into it and figure out what this was all about. What I like the most about it is that anybody can use this. No matter what your skill level is, no matter what your students' skill levels are, anybody can use this. There's so many things that are applicable to the upper levels and especially the beginner levels as they begin their musical journey, and it makes a lot of pedagogical sense to me as far as the order and teaching the finger patterns and teaching all the different ways to use the bow. It makes a lot of sense to give them an exceptionally fabulous foundation as they begin, and to also continue to refine their tone, to refine their technique as they go along. The biggest change that I've had in my students is increased confidence and being able to use all the parts of their bow and being independent with it. I can have a very brief conversation with a student about a piece of music and they can say, oh yeah, I think I should be able to use my upper half of my bow here and then maybe use a full bow because these notes are longer. They're able to figure it out without me, and they're beginning fourth grade students. So it's really incredible. And just seeing their confidence, being able to play with good full sound as a beginner who's only been playing for a couple of months, it's been really incredible. The thing that has been the most helpful for me with my teaching is just having a consistent language. Being able to be in a rehearsal with all of the instruments and not having to say violin, viola, high 2, cellos 3, bass is 4. Just being able to say what finger pattern are we using, and they all say finger pattern 2, and they all know what finger they're going to be using. It gives them a lot of that independence that I mentioned before, and it helps me a lot too. We can just continue to move forward, and I also know that they know more of the theory and everything behind what we are doing. As far as things that are surprising, when I implemented Bornoff, it really just surprised me how much sense it had all made. I had never approached my teaching in this way with the order that we do things with it, and that really surprised me. It aligns really well with a lot of what I've done in the past, but the order of everything with the Bornoff approach makes more sense to me and more to my students. When it comes to the Bornoff approach, I just recommend everybody to have an open mind. We all know that we've all taught a certain way or we teach a certain way for certain reasons, but have an open mind with the Bornoff approach. When I first heard that we would be starting with the bow pretty quickly, I have to admit, I kind of went, oh my gosh. And I dreaded that first day that I was doing the bow with the students. But oh my gosh, it made such a difference, not only in my teaching, but for my students. I recommend this approach to anyone, no matter what your level. And whether you implement it fully or you implement just little nuggets of it, I think there's a lot of value in this approach and in the way that it puts all of the material together for our students. It never hurts to have more tools in your toolbox, especially as we have students of all ages, all variety of levels. There's definitely something in the Bornoff approach for everyone.